Hello, everyone. 4242 CEO back here with another commentary video. And today we are talking about Ken Carson and how Ken Carson is dropping more chaos. It's coming. It's happening. His manager said it himself. We'll get into the story. And I'm so excited. So basically, Ken Carson's manager, one of his managers said, new album on the way. Hashtag more chaos. Top 40 with an album that releases 15 months ago. Basically, he's talking about how A Great Chaos is at 38 right now for most sold units for albums, which is insane. It's insane he's doing that. I mean, it's absolutely incredible that someone of his stature has an album that's, been released over a year ago and is still selling so well. So that's insane. But what I will say is more chaos. It's on the way. It really is on the way. Now it's really just a question of, predicting when this thing will drop. Now, I think, there are different kind of understandings for when it could drop. I don't really know. I'm not going to lie. But I think it's going to be interesting to see, when does Playboi Carti drop versus when does he drop? Because he has an opportunity to give us something in February, maybe like Valentine's Day, or March, or April. But does he wait? Does he try to wait until Playboi Carti drops his album, I Am Music? Or does he know something that we don't, specifically when Playboi Carti's dropping, and he tries to target that so he can drop right after? Now, me personally, I think we're at the point in our life, in this time frame, universe, multi-dimensional, timeline, where realistically, I think Ken Carson is dropping before Playboi Carti. That's just my thoughts, and I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. But I honestly think that Ken Carson will be dropping more chaos before Playboi Carti drops I Am Music. I honestly think we're gonna get a full rotation of Opium artists until we're gonna get a full rotation of Opium music. And then Playboi Carti is going to drop. But I don't know. It feels like that all the time. That's the thing. It was the same thing with A Great Chaos Deluxe, Love Lasts Forever, and then I5, U5, We5 with I Am Music. We thought it was going to be the same way there. And now, Lone might drop a mixtape. I think Homicide Lifestyle 2 is on the way. And then, of course, More Chaos is on the way as well. So, I feel like we're about to get, another cycle of Opium artists that are not Playboi Carti dropping. So we'll see. But honestly, I think More Chaos is going to be the breakthrough album for Ken Carson. I think it's going to really establish him fully in the mainstream. I think it's going to put him in a really good spot to sell well, to do a great tour, which he already did for 2024 in A Great Chaos. But I think with More Chaos, it's going to be an even more insane tour. And I think he has an opportunity to really show that, he's the most poppin' artist right now. And so, a lot of people are going to try to compare him to Yeat. I think that's the most common comparison, and I think it's going to be interesting to see, what happens there. But I really do think More Chaos is on the way. It's going to be interesting sound-wise, too, to see where he goes with it. I think for the most part, everyone loved The Great Chaos Deluxe, but there were some kind of interesting, takes on it. Some people weren't loving it. So I wonder what he's going to try to do with it. Will he try to bring in some old sounds, some new sounds? Will he go experimental with it? How is he going to treat it? I think that's very important to discuss, and I think that's going to have a big effect on what he does. It seems like people don't really want him to go experimental, but we will kind of wait and see. Actually, a very interesting comment, too, about Jump Out and Osama-san. I wonder if that potentially has an impact, an effect on, More Chaos. I honestly wouldn't think it would, but you really never know these days with that sort of stuff. I think that's an important subject. I also think, Ken Carson doesn't want to drop when a lot of people are dropping too, so he's got to, kind of navigate that properly. So we'll see what happens. But I think overall, though, More Chaos on the way. I if I had to take a guess, I'd probably say, I'm honestly in the mindset right now that Ken Carson will be dropping before Playboi Carti, I Am Music. So I'm just going to say March. March right now. I think March makes sense. I think March gives us time. I think it's going to be a long rollout. I think it's going to be some time before we get it. But I do think they're preparing. I think it's kind of ready, but it might not be really ready. So we'll see what happens there. But what I will say, too, which is important, very, very important, is people can't mess with the rollout. People can't leak stuff. People can't, hack him again. People can't do things to try to affect the rollout, because that's really gonna suck, and it's gonna change. It's happened with other artists, and it's kind of happened to Ken before a little bit. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. I'm hoping he has a smooth rollout. I'm hoping it goes well, and I'm hoping people love more chaos. I probably know I will. I love a great chaos, and I don't know if it'll be the same thing sound wise, but I think if they're anything similar, then we're definitely in for a surprise. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What are your predictions on when more chaos is dropping? Do you think it's gonna be dropping before Playboy Cardi or after Playboy Cardi? That's kind of the question that everyone's asking. And I think, Ken Carson has the opportunity to go even crazier in 2025 than what he did in 2024. I feel like it's really just the beginning for him. He's already started with a strong base. He has a crazy community, crazy fan base, but he has so much more opportunities to grow and rise in the ranks of, artists and everything like that. And just go crazy. There'll be definitely some big hits in there, so I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited as well. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. I am back on 42 CEO, my main channel, in 4 days. Yes, 4 days. I was banned for 7. Very unfortunate, but yeah, appreciate you guys, and have a great rest of your week.